Good morning, welcome to my literary blog. Writers after the World War. Writers after the World Wars, the authors explored themes of loss, disillusionment, trauma, and search for meaning in a changed world, often reflecting on the horrors of war. John Burgess was a novelist, playwright, poet, musician, and literary journalist, best known for his novel Clockwork Orange. Short summary of The Clockwork Orange. Welcome to my literary blog. I will share you a full story of A Clockwork Orange. Part 1. Alex and His Crimes. In dystopian future, 15 years old Alex leads a gang of violent delinquents named George and Pete who roam the streets at night, committing brutal crimes for pleasure. They rob stores, beat up innocent people, and even assault a writer if Alexander while destroying his manuscript, A Clockwork Orange. During this attack, they also assault his wife, who later dies after her trauma. The part 2 is the Ludovico technique. Alex is sentenced to 14 years in prison. At the first, he pretends to be reformed by reading the Bible, though he enjoys the violent stories. However, after 2 years, he volunteers for an experimental treatment called the Ludovico technique, which promised to cure him in 2 weeks. The treatment involves forcing Alex to watch violent films or injecting him with drugs that cause intense of him. Over time, his brain is conditioned to associate violence with unbearable sickness, the side effect, and also develops aversion to classical music, particularly Beethoven's Ninth Symphony, which he once loved. Part 3. Society turns against him. Once free, Alex discovers that the world has not forgiven him. His parents have rented out his room and no longer want him home. Dean, the Billy Boy, which is the Alex's friends, they find Alex, recognize him, and after Dean recognized Alex, he beat him and he dumping him. And Alexander, if the writer whose wife Alex attacked, takes him. However, Alex realizes who Alex is, seeks revenge. He and his political alliance want to use Alex as a proof of government opposition. They lock Alex in a room, force him to listen to Beethoven's Ninth Symphony of full volume, knowing it will cause him extreme suffering due to his conditioning. His despair, Alex jumps out the window, attempting suicide, the government's reversal. Alex survives the fall, but is severely injured. The government, fearing bad publicity, secretly reverses Ludovico conditioning in the hospital. He is once again free to choose violence. Officials offer him paying a job was way to keep him quiet, and Alex pretends to be grateful. The final chapter, natural change. In the last part, Alex, now 18, grows tired of his violent lifestyle. He meets his old friend Pete, who was matured, married, and left behind his delinquent past. Seeing Pete's peaceful life, Alex realizes he too wants to something more meaningful. He dreams of having a son and raising him properly, suggesting that natural maturity, not forcing conditioning, is what truly leads to change. Theme of The Clockwork Orange: free will versus control, violence and dehumanization, the nature of evil, redemption, and change. Free will versus control. The novel question whether it's better to have the freedom to choose. Violence and elimination. Is violence the key part of Alex's word, and the novel explores it. The nature of the evil and redemption, change. Search for identity. This fragmentation reflects the alienation and confusion that Anna feels, and also speaks to the larger theme of how individuals, particularly women, are divided, constrained by societal rules. Author is Doris, the British author known for The Golden Notebook and her fearless and politician feminism. She is best known for her novel The Golden Notebook. She is best known for his The Golden Notebook follows Anna's self-righteous struggle with writer's block and emotional breakdown. The first book is The Black Notebook, represents her attempts to understand her past and how it shapes her present identity. The third notebook is The Yellow Notebook. It represents Anna's attempt to make sense of her personal life and true fiction, blurring the lines between reality and imagination. The third notebook is The Yellow Notebook. It represents Anna's attempt to make sense of her personal life and true fiction, blurring the lines between reality and imagination. And the last notebook is The Blue Notebook, represents self-exploration and difficulties of maintaining personal coherence in a world. Through his notebook, we see Anna's mental breakdown unfold as she becomes more disconnected from herself and the world. Also reflects her efforts to analyze her thoughts and emotion in attempt to regain control over her life. Theme of the Golden Notebook: feminism and female experience, fragmentation and the search for identity, mental health and professional crisis, political disillusionment. My insight about this story is Lissing use this fragmented form symbolize the fractured nature of modern life and woman's attempt to make sense of herself in a chaotic world. Is deeply feminist and was ahead of its time in issues like female independence and mental breakdown.